Emilio, the honey badger, Urrutia!
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. Gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour podcast. It's your boy, the Badger, and we are back. Thank y'all for tuning in, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe on the little notification bell below so you can get updates on whenever we release some content, whenever we put out our episodes. And we are back. Joining us for the second time on the Honey Badger Hour podcast, the rewind, the big dog. Today we're joined by martial artist, entrepreneur, coach, mentor, black belt, all around badass, my brother Edir Terry.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, brother?
My bro.
Always a pleasure to be around with you.
My dog. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you too, bro.
Since the last episode, we put that energy into the universe, and then we keep coming back. We did our commentating gig together, bro.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you a lot recently. We just had your boys compete at the recent amateur event at the PFL. Edir, welcome back to the Honey Badger Hour podcast, my brother.
Thank you so
we appreciate
much for
it,
having
man.
me here, bro.
Bro, so let's get right into it, man. Last time you were here, you just finished going off the biggest battle of your life.
When I came over here, I was actually getting out of the operation and already started with the chemo. So, which is, we didn't talk about it. I was kind of keeping it in private at that point. But when I was talking to you in that time, I want to say probably it was a month and a half, probably 2 months. So I already had the operation and I was already through the treatment.
Wow, bro. So for the fans that are listening now and are tuning on, this is one of the reasons why we're going to have you on to help raise awareness. You just finished defeating and battling it out with cancer, right? What kind of cancer did you just finish going through?
Yeah, so I got stage 4 colon cancer. And it's funny, bro, because there's a story I want to talk to you about. Well, there's a lot of things I want to tell you, but that's basically what I have. And by the time that you and me, we talk about it, I literally had the operation going on. And that's when I find out a month and a half, that's when I find out the details behind it that I didn't know. I was just, doing my thing. And I just got into the emergency at one time. That's the story that I was going to tell you. Like, I felt like, how would I say this? Like somebody was grabbing a knife and sticking it in my stomach. And
just from one day to the next, like
just one day to
you were
the
just
next,
sleeping, or when did you feel
it happened? I was actually, I came out from training, and I was everything good, doing my regular thing, my regular routine normal, and I got home probably about 2 hours later after I eat, and I was like, then I started feeling some pain. I was like, man, did I eat something it felt really bad? And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, I started thinking about it. I was like, nah, bro, I eat normal, and I eat everything that was cooked that I was eating. Anyways, bro, so about 2-3 hours later, that's when I felt the pain. Really nasty pain. But before that, the same pain happened to me 2 weeks before. And I was kind of like a little bit, okay, what's going on with this? So I went to check out with one of my sponsors, that he has a doctor there. And he said, you know what? Honestly, for everything you told me, there's nothing going on right there. But in case it happens again, definitely you need to talk to me. And if it gets really worse, just go to emergency. Funny. 2 weeks later, same pain comes in, but this time it was nasty, bro. It got to a point that I was like, bro, I can't even do nothing. So I was like, bro, you know what? Let me just go straight to the emergency. And
how long was the pain for? Like,
bro, it was nasty. Like when I'm telling you, like it's not like, bro, you're a fighter. I'm a fighter. We have a very good tolerance on pain, and I can tell you, I has never felt pain like that in my entire life before. I went there, emergency, stood out there, then I talked to the doctors, basically explaining the same thing that I'm explaining to you right now. And the doctor told me, all right, we're going to run some tests. They did a bunch of tests, and I'm like in pain. It's like, bro, I need something to calm that pain down. And they said, no, we cannot give you nothing yet until we find out at least what's going on. After 2-3 hours later, that's when they realized to give me something, because it was to a point that I couldn't take it no more, bro. Test day came out negative. Nothing was appearing. Probably about the 4th or 5th test, that's when they find out. And then they just came to me about 3-4 hours later. I'm in emergency. And they go to me, hey, dear, by the way, you're going to stay here. You cannot leave. And I'm like, my head, what do you mean, where can I leave? Oh, yeah, we find out something, and you're going to be getting operated tomorrow. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, wait, what? So, but they didn't tell me nothing. At that point, they just say, operation, you're going to stay here. And I'm like, in my head, oh, damn. And I'm thinking, I'm like, work, school, teaching, all of these things. Damn, I got to tell my family and all of this stuff. So anyway, so I stood up there. The next day, I woke up in pain. Same thing,
At the hospital.
At the hospital. And that's when the doctor came in. That's actually a female doctor that came to me, and that's when she threw out the news. She goes to me, by the way, dear, the reason why we make you stay here because we find out you have a tumor on your colon. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, like whatever, I wasn't like, oh my God. I was like, okay, so what's next? Oh yeah, we had to operate you. And I'm like, okay, cool. When? Tonight. I'm like, okay, perfect. So I didn't like analyze it, realize it. I was just going through the moment. I was like, I just think, what? Let me hit on my family, and that's it.
But did the tumor meant cancer for sure, or do you just thought it was?
So
like, does the tumor always mean cancer? They say, oh, you have a tumor. It's a cancer.
From my understanding, when somebody has a tumor, it's basically already a cancer inside of it. I could be wrong, I'm not a doctor, but the way then that's when I realized later. Then she explained to me, by the way, the tumor, she even explained more scientifically, like just to give you an idea, the size of the tumor was this big, and it was literally right here in this side of the stomach. And then she explained to me the whole procedure. Oh, we're gonna do kind of like I don't know how you say cesárea. Like a
C-section?
Like C-section. But she said that it's going to be this big because of the size. And then she told me later on that the cut has to go bigger, like this size, because I have it still, like this big. Because the way how they had to take out the tumor and cut out the half of the colon, it was very difficult. So this is something that she had to, she told me, and I was like, okay, damn, I'm impressed. And then that's when she explained, by the way, we find out that you do have a colon cancer, and it's stage 4. And in my head, I was like, okay, I know this 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's the difference? I never thought about it. And then she explained, well, the reason why we call it stage 4 because not only we find cancer in your colon, but we also find a couple of spots in the liver and some other spot in other part of your organs. So that's why we call it stage 4 cancer. And then I was like, okay, give it to me straight up. So what's the deal? Am I going to be alive? Am I going to be like, what's the percentage? I mean, tell me straight up. And it goes, well, you got about 30-40%. And then I have like, okay. Not going to lie to you, bro. Like, I didn't cry. I didn't like, didn't hit me. I was like, just taking it. I was just taking the whole information. I was like, okay, good with all of this. Okay. All right, let's do it. So we did the operation. The following day, she came to me and she talked to me. And she asked me, okay, Edir, I need you to find a way of how to start moving around because I need you to start moving as soon as possible. It's might going to take you a week or 2 weeks to be able to move, but you need to move.
After the surgery?
After the surgery. And bro, I'm not going to lie to you, like, that was one of the worst pain I ever felt because every time I move, I felt like the whole core nasty.
And they wanted you to move. Why? To stay like...
No, because of the movement of my organs and everything has to be working. So I was like, I look at that like that. I don't know if you know me. I'm going to teach you something real quick right now as a martial artist. You say 1 week? Tonight, I'm going to be walking already. Just like that. And she looked at me like, watch me, I'm going to be walking. And I right there, that same day, bro, I ain't going to lie to you, I was in pain, crying. I was like, nah. F this. This is not gonna put me down this way. I got up. I got a little, what do you call that little stretcher with the wheels?
Yeah.
And I started walking in the room, back and forth.
So how long was the surgery, yo?
Bro, the surgery say it took about between 6 to 8 hours. It's supposed to be less, but the reason why she says, she told me that I was a fighter. Because when I was in sleep, like in with the medicine, whatever they give you to fall asleep, she said that my reaction, it was constantly reacting. My body was reacting. I was throwing a punch, or throwing a kick. So it was really hard for her to do an operation on me because my body, it was constantly always.
Oh, so shit, you can imagine. Bro, you can move and they can cut something, dog.
Yeah, bro, imagine, bro.
That's how it is when you fight, when they... Oh, because you're like out, but your fucking body is connected still.
But you got to remember that some people are different from others. Like us, because we had this instinct as a fighter, and even then you're sleeping. I don't know if it ever happened to you.
All the time.
You throw a punch,
All
or you
the
throw
time,
a kick,
bro.
or throw a knee, or something like that. You like, or you wake up, it's like, oh damn, you hit something, So that happens to me in operation. She was telling me, I'm like, bro, like, wow, you really give me a fight on this. I'm like, I mean, I'm sorry, daughter. It wasn't, I wasn't even there, I was just reacting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what happened, bro. And this is the other part of the story that I want to tell you, that which is surprising even more. When I asked her about it, about the tumor, I like, hey, daughter, can you please explain to me a little more, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I really don't have no knowledge about this. What's the meaning of the tumor size and all of these things? Like, how long does that have to be in my body for you guys to see and all of these things? Then she starts explaining to me. I'm like, well, number one, I'm surprised. She goes to me like that. I'm surprised, and I don't know how the hell you did all the things you were doing for the past 2 years. And I'm like, what you mean by that? And then she started asking me questions. I was like, well, I was fighting, I was competing, I was doing this and this and this and that. And then that's where she goes like, man, either you're crazy, or you have a really good of pain tolerance, or it was some way you didn't feel it into now. And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? And then she's playing, well, technically, because of the size of the tumor, how big it was in your colon, you literally fought, for the time that you were giving it to me, you fought with the tumor inside of you in your last 3 fights. And this is a crazy part, bro. And I was actually looking at my phone, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to this guy, because the story, the fighting. I mean, this topology. And this is 3 stories that I want to tell you about it. But one of them is actually the 3 fights, which is the first one happens in 221.
For combate?
Combate, enero, febrero, marzo, abril. May of 2021. So that means around at that time, I was already with a tumor. So she told me, yeah, because of the size, how scientific, like the tumor grows, we kind of like give it a time period. And the way how big here it was, it goes between 1.5 to 2 years and a half. And then in my head, I was like, okay, so what you're saying to me is like, I was literally cutting weight, gaining weight, training, getting beat up, and all of this. Went to a fight with a tumor inside of me, and I was like, yeah. I like, wow.
And you didn't have no symptoms up until that point with the pain? No, nothing, bro?
This
what
is
about when you get medicals and stuff for the fights? They don't check for that. They're just
bro,
checking for disease.
everything,
and stuff, right?
everything was clear. But it's funny? Danny. Danny comes in the story. My last 3 fights, well, my coach was there too, my master, but Danny always been in my corner since I moved to the gym. I always told Danny the day of the cutting weight and the gaining weight, because he was always with me. Hey, bro, I don't feel, it feels weird. Like, your body.
Yes,
when,
yes,
100%,
bro.
And the one thing that I never have a problem is, bro, I'm very disciplined when it comes to losing the weight and gaining the weight. Like, I do everything very scientific-wise.
Yeah.
But in the last 3 fights, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was kind of weird. Like, I felt weird. Even on the fight, I told Danny, hey, Danny, I do feel something weird in my body. I don't know what's going on. And in my last fight, which is the one before I find out about the tumor, this is something I never forgot. I told Danny, hey, Danny, I do know that you and me, we train a lot on this game plan for the past 2 to 3 months. But I'm going to tell you right now, bro, I don't think I'm going to be able to follow that game plan. I'm going to have to switch it up right now. Everything completely the opposite for this fight.
What was the fight? Striking or wrestling?
The game was basically to keep it striking with this guy. And I ended up actually out-wrestling him a lot. So I was strike, but...
you didn't want to get touched in the...
No, it was mainly because of how I was feeling. It wasn't so much about getting punched.
Like
it was just
you didn't feel
physically.
fast,
Physically, I was not feeling it, and I was like, bro, there's something weird with my body. And, bro, believe it, so imagine. Crazy, right?
Yeah, man, that's unbelievable. So what do you reckon? Yeah, so it's like, it was so important, right? Like, how do we... I feel like, I don't know why, man. And like, one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on too, bro, like, it's crazy that I have so many friends and people that it's happening to right now, Like, this is one of the reasons why I have this picture here, Like, and I've mentioned on the podcast a bunch of times, my best friend lost to colon cancer.
That's crazy,
He passed away in 2021,
Rest in peace, brother.
In July. And that's why I have that photo there. So whenever if a clip goes viral or whatever, and everything is, just so they always see his face,
remember
you know?
him. Yeah.
And it's crazy how, like, same age as me, bro. And we're all the same age.
I'm 35 now.
Oh, you're 35. Oh, you're young. Oh, wow. You're young. You're still a
Nah,
baby.
bro. What is that? Like, 2 years?
Yeah, well, Luke was 36 when he passed away,
Damn,
I'm 37
bro.
now.
That's a baby, bro. That's a baby, bro.
but he wasn't. But you didn't. But he was having. I don't even know if it was. I don't know if it was colon cancer. I think it was rectal cancer because he was having problems with. It was having problems when he shits.
Okay, so you're number 2. I mean, colon cancer is similar to the rectal one because it's literally in the same connection.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember he couldn't when he would sit down. It would hurt him.
It would hurt him. Did he bleed when he was doing that?
Yeah, he was bleeding when he shit, and that was like the reasons why. Like he waited too long. So for anybody listening to this, like you were saying, bring it. You know,
bro, yeah, you gotta be awareness, bro.
You gotta get checked.
So you gotta check on that. I mean, supposedly from my understanding, this is a lot of things I learned in this past year and a half with this. For men, normally when you do this type of I forgot the name of it. Basically, is what they
prostate
do.
Exam.
It's a prostate exam. Basically,
where they put the octopoxy. Oh my God, we're so retarded. We need a goddamn young Jamie. I always say this every podcast. I always have fighters, you know, like we're good at a lot of things, but the words.
Well, the words is like but basically, this test is basically that they do to behind you. And technically, they stick something to kind of see how your body is in the inside and the organs. But normally they do that to a man after the 40s. I believe so. And man, oscoponosty. I think that's the name.
Oh, yeah. Colonoscopy.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes.
Thank you, young Jamie. We don't need you, bro. We got Google, baby. That's the exactly. iPhone. I was putting the phone away. I don't want to get disturbed, you know?
Yeah. That's basically,
colonoscopy. All right. I asked for one, too. I went to so when Luke died, and I had something, something was wrong with my stomach.
Okay.
And I went to the doctor, and I was, like, asking for one. And they're like, nah, you don't need one. You're too young. And I was like, yo, the thing is, I've lived a savage life, bro. And I was going to ask you something about this, bro.
Okay.
Yo, fighting and cutting weight, I don't think it's good for you, bro.
I mean, but overall, it's not good for you.
It's not good for you. So this is what I'm trying to see, the correlation, because a lot of fighters are getting I know a lot of fighters have gotten cancer and dealing with this, bro.
All right.
And it's freaking me out. And, bro, when I used to fight in one championship, it was a different type of cutting weight, dog.
Right, I remember.
I used to hold my pee for like 10 hours, bro.
Just to be able to.
I heard it's not good to hold your pee.
Right.
You know, so I was thinking I fucked up I don't know. I was trying to go to the doctor and I was trying to get checked up and they were talking to me. They're like, nah, you're fine. You're too young. You're healthy. Don't worry about it. Because I've been pretty paranoid, bro. So then now this happens to you, man. And
okay, let me.
Wow, bro.
But I don't know, but believe it, you know, you're completely right in a lot of things. Bottom line, let's be real. When it comes to cutting weight, it's bad. Bottom line, it's bad. Now the difference is how you cut the weight, you know, because a lot of people they do it a really stupid way.
Like 20 pounds in a week, 25 pounds, sauna.
Even then, I can tell you, we were talking about this earlier. I do it very scientific wise, you know, follow a lot of procedure. But at the end of the day, it's
cutting
still
weight,
bad.
dog.
It's bad.
At
you
the
know,
end of the day,
you're putting your body through
yeah.
things that are not normal.
That's what I say. Whether you get in a sauna or a hot tub, you're losing weight. You're dehydrating. If you got to get to that weight, it's not natural. If you're looking all skinny with your bones like that, you know.
It's not normal.
And I don't think, bro, did we talk about this last? And I don't think you can take a punch the same when you cut a lot of weight, bro. So I can go sparring.
I feel like you get weaker.
Bro, when I fight, all right, so like 3 times that I fought at bantamweight, man, I remember one fight, I wrestled a lot, and I wasn't planning to wrestle that much, but I got a little bit scared because he hit me with a jab and that shit. Like I felt I felt like my brain rattled. I'm like, yo, what the heck? And it kind of scared me, and then I just started taking him down, bro, like crazy. I didn't want to strike. I didn't strike till like the 3rd round. You know, I guess after you get hit a few times, like you get used to it, and like you don't hear it anymore. Like the noise goes, I don't know, like you know what I'm talking about? Like
I know exactly what you mean.
Like once like your chin is warm, I think. You know, like after the 2nd round, you get used to the hits, and it's right. You know, and like your eyes, and then sometimes you ever notice that like you feel like the guy's ability, like his knockout power, kind of goes away. Like 1st round, everybody's strong, they got the power here. The 2nd round, you can strike a little more because you can feel like their meter. You know, like there's not the same pop. You know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But
that's some fighting shit, right? That's like you gotta.
That's another thing.
When you're in the ring there, that's like this. But like I'm noticing with the body frames, you know. But yeah, bro, like that. When there's always with the big weight cuts, I didn't like I didn't like the way my brain.
Big weight cut, you know. That's why I'm very careful when it comes to cutting the weight at the end of the day, and I try not to make it too far from the weight. But at the end of the day, bro, let's be real. It's not healthy for your body. Bottom line.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but. Answering your question when it comes to all of this and all the things that we go through, you know, I tell you, bro, I became what's the word I'm looking for? A psychopath. I became a psychopath in studying knowledge on nutrition. I mean, I'm not a nutrition, by the way. I'm just a trainer, but I have a very good understanding of nutrition and entrepreneur, right? I'm not a doctor either. I've done my research. I talk to my doctors, so I want to keep that very clear. But there's one thing I want to answer. What were you talking about? Is, Bro, I believe, and you know this because you be in Thailand. I'm a big believer now that the food in the United States is poison.
I'm convinced.
Bro, like a lot of things, and it be really, and this is the reason why I tell you I became a psychopath because I started doing a lot of research about a lot of things.
Me too, bro.
And one thing that I noticed, I mean, I knew this many years ago, bro. We're on one of the I believe, number one or top three, diabetes
Everything,
country,
bro. Heart disease.
heart disease. We are in the
Obesity.
top three, obesity. We are in the top three also, and cancer. We're in the top three when it comes to consuming sugar like crazy.
Bro, our food is illegal and it's banned in some
And
countries.
ban in many
The
countries.
same food, the same stuff.
But
it's
they
different
ban a lot.
ingredients.
Different ingredients.
There's some shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, hey, I was in Africa. Oh, when you were in oh yes, we gotta get into that.
Yeah, we gotta get
We've been
into
traveling, dog. We're international, bro.
We're international, bro.
Samurai
So you know,
martial artists, dog. We fight and travel, dog. That's the
Yeah.
way. That's the samurai way,
That's
bro.
the samurai way, bro.
I was in Africa, and my man, I'm telling you, my stomach's been feeling weird the last since I moved back to America. When I eat, when I was in Africa, the whole week I was there, my stomach, I didn't feel anything.
You're
Like
chilling.
it went away, bro. I don't know if it went away or because I was like because I was also thinking with the shit with the tumor you were saying. I don't know if it's like also like your body is like a force field, right? So like if you don't allow like maybe you had that tumor, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you're training and you're preparing for a fight and your mindset and your brain is such in a good spot, it doesn't even it's like like when they tell people, oh, you have 2 years to live, and then they end up living for 20 years,
Right?
Because they never even think about it, or they just keep living their life and they do what they want to do.
Right.
I was wondering if that happened with you with that too, or something like this.
Okay, put it to you this way, all right. Okay, answer that, and I'm giving it to you the way that I learned this. Martial art. I'm gonna speak to you as a martial artist. After I find out the whole thing that I went through, I told myself straight up, you know what? I ain't fucking dying like a piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking fight this shit, and I'm gonna die. Like I told you before in a previous one, Bushido code. I'm gonna die like a samurai. But the way I'm gonna die fighting. If I'm gonna die and I give up, bro, you bet you're gonna be seeing a battle on this. That was my first thing as a mentally and martial mentality. But also I thought about it as a person or a regular person is, and also with my family and my friends and all of this. How what I'm going through is gonna impact them, and how whatever they're going through is gonna impact me. Because at the end of the day, bro, you do know as a martial artist, we had to look at it with three things: physically, spiritually, and physically, spiritually, and mentally.
Yeah.
There, right there. I always been very strong mentally, no matter what. Like you put me in whatever, bro. I'm a mentally strong. That's alpha mentality. The spiritual, I would say, is my second, and the physical will be my third. Will be between the physical and the mental part together. Bottom line is what I'm trying to say to you with all of this is when it comes to this is there's two ways you can go. You can go the easy way or the hard way. What I mean by that is also the way of the Bushido code is I can take the easy way out or I can take the hard way out. But both ways are gonna have the pro and cons at the end of the day. Now also that this has to do anything with a regular person. A regular person doesn't have a mentality like us. Let's be real. And then the reason why I tell you this is because I saw it. And I'm still see it every day for the past year and a half. Every time that I go to the clinic, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I can literally see their eyes and I can see like, bro, you're defeated. Like you're ready, you give up.
Wow.
And it's sad, bro. You know those horses, blind side? I think that's how you call it, the blind side. The horses that had this thing. Okay, when I go to that, bro, not gonna lie to you. When I go there, it's like me. I'm a horse, and I put the blind side.
But you know why they do that, right? Because the horses look, it's gonna distract them. Bro.
It's gonna
and that's
distract.
and I think that's what I was thinking with there's some weird thing, like I don't know what's say placebo, but something weird about the mentality. Like the mental goes to the physical and to like the non, like how do you say it, like. The mental surpasses everything. Like it surpasses physics. It surpasses it surpasses like math. Like sometimes the mental ability that we have inside.
Bro, but this, bro. We go back to the story, the part about the 30%.
I was gonna say that's what I was just gonna say that, bro. The lady told you that, and you looked at her like it was like
Cool.
like
30%. Cool.
yeah, like okay for the average person. So for me, it's gonna be like that means that's 97.
Like you know what? That's another fight I'm gonna win. That literally, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when she told me that, I was like, okay. In my head, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first thing came to my head. I was like thinking, okay, I'm on the right side. I'm on the red corner. Cancer is on the blue side. And I saw myself like, I'm already raising my hand. The referee is raising my hand. And I'm smiling. I'm like, fuck you, Cancer. Like, literally, I was thinking about that mentally. I like, this shit's not going to beat me. Like, you give me 30%, that's cool. I bet you that in the next couple of months, I'm going to be 100%. I don't know how long it's going to be because I've never been through this, but it will be 100%. Wow. So yeah, bro, it's the martial mentality, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why, and I go back to the same thing, and I want to repeat this, like the same thing I told to my students and to my teammates and to all the people that are in the martial world. Martial art has saved my life for the second time.
Maybe for the most important. Oh, let me ask you a question. How small does everything else become once you fight something like this? You know, like when you have to deal with an adversity like cancer and dealing with like,
bro,
you feel like
I'm always
like a little bit more gratitude or like when like
I'm always be grateful and I always practice gratitude and a lot of things. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is something I've been battling for the past, I want to say about the last 3 months when I was already, I remember when I hit about 80% of recovery, the sympathy. Now, if you know in the rule of martial arts, sympathy is very important. You need to have sympathy at some levels. But the reason why my alpha mentality is so strong that my sympathy kind of like, come on, bro, you fucking crying for that shit? Motherfucker, I'm going through fucking cancer stage 4. Every little day that I can wake up is I'm grateful and I have gratitude that I'm alive. I could literally be dead tomorrow. And you're gonna tell me that you were crying because you have a shoulder injury, a foot injury, you didn't have food today, or you got sick, or you're a flu or something, like nothing that is deadly, that is basically like, you know what, you only have 24 hours left in your body. So that's when it comes to the sympathy part. It's like, okay, I understand the alpha mentality, but at the same time, I'm a true martial artist, so I cannot forget one of those rules.
It's empathize, like
empathize,
right?
Yes.
Like you want to understand where they're coming from, but you don't want to be like. It makes it a little bit, but makes you perspective. You know, it's like I feel like everything.
So
it changes your perspective on things. You know, like
bro,
the way you look, it's like,
bro, I tell you, bro. Like I mean, every day, I mean, I'm very grateful. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm very grateful to have the chance to talk to you, have the chance to be able here. You know, have a lot of gratitude. Just be able to do this right here is huge. It's a gift to me. I always seen it like that before, but now I see it bigger. Like it's to another level. It's like, bro, like every day. Like, let's be real, right? You have traveled the world. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, I love to when I travel. I like to kind of like put myself in the situation of other people where they live in that country. And the reason why is because I want to be able to learn the culture and understand their lifestyle. Am I going to be able to? Not really. But that's the goal.
Yes.
Let's be real, bro. We are grateful that we have clean water. You know, I'm drinking water that you give me. That's a clean water. How many people in another country don't even have clean water?
Bro, you can't drink it from the faucets in Asia.
You know? All right, imagine. We have food. Thank God you have a roof right here. We have a nice system over here. How many people wish to have all of this? Think about it. How many people are actually trying to get up from the bed and they can't even get up? Or even worse, they even didn't get up. They die. So if you start like thinking in perspective how big it is and how grateful we are, at least in my opinion, I don't know you, but in my opinion, I think we are very selfish, especially in this country. What's the word I'm looking for? Mimados. Spoiled.
We're spoiled, dog. We got a little soft, man.
Yeah.
We got a little bit soft, you know, like, and life, bro, what it is, it's like, because life gets a little bit easy, bro. That's what happens when things get good in a country, you know? When the economy's thriving and when people get really blessed, they start looking for problems and other things that probably don't even exist, you know? It's interesting you say that because, you know, one of the things I noticed the most is when I was traveling, like, I've lived in Thailand and China and Malaysia and, you know, a few times. But I lived in some places in Thailand that, like, we're living, like, in Thai neighborhoods, you know? And I remember when the last house we were living in Phuket, like, they had a little lady, they had, like, some people there. Bro, these kids, they were, like, playing in the dirt, bro. They didn't have, like, much shoes, clothes. Like, if you look at them, you could just tell they weren't, like, very affluent.
And they were having fun. I bet.
Bro, and these people lived life like they were so happy. I mean, one time I was there, I was like scrolling on my phone and I'm in Thailand and I'm in this beautiful country and I'm outside of my house and I'm looking at these little kids play and I'm like, bro, they were just playing like in a dirt pile, dog. like straight up.
And they're just having
And
fun.
they were
They're
so
very-
happy. They have this little game that they play on the net, like. And honestly, these guys, they barely in this area, like, to have the houses where the Thai people live, and they have like the Burmese, like the cooks and stuff like this, where they live in like in the little shacks behind, bro.
Okay, I know what you're
And
talking
they're
about.
even
I seen
happy.
it, I
They're
seen
like,
it, bro. That's
and
crazy.
bro, these people are like, they're grateful, dog. They're happy, you know. They take care of you, and it's like you realize that, yeah, they always say that, right? Like with the money, like money gives you the opportunity to have happiness, but it's crazy that you meet some of the richest people I know are some of the most miserable people, you know. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make
You
any
know,
sense.
you
It's
can
crazy.
meet people with all the good things in the world, and they ain't got nothing nice to say or good. You know,
Yeah.
it's almost like a gift and a curse. But I have been blessed that in my travels, man. I've seen kids, and then like I've met like a lot of like the locals there. Like I don't know, man. It's like how do you say it? It's like an innocence that I really admire. You know,
Yeah, bro, he's
where
changed.
it's like they're so like they're less educated, but they're way smarter, but they're way happier. So it's like like book wise, maybe they didn't have like the best readers and they're not mathematicians or anything like this compared to us in schools here or whatever. But I feel like they got other things figured out. Like they know how like like
Yeah,
family living.
and I'm pretty
they
sure-
They have barbecues every day outside of our house, like cooking on the
bet.
street. You know, like putting music, dancing, with
And
their
they're
little
chilling,
like
and
Thai
they're having
style,
fun.
chilling, bro. The best neighbors, you know.
And I bet that you learn a lot from that. When you come back over here, you
Man.
look at it and you're like analyzing that, and you're like, wow, just the little things. Wow.
Oh yeah, and that's how the Thais fight too. For them, fighting is like it's fighting is
For
fighting.
them, yeah,
Like
it's
you
like-
lose or win, they're like, oh, my palai. That means like, don't worry. That's what
Don't
they
worry.
say.
Into the
Oh,
next
my
one.
palai. You come back, they're like, why are you sad? You know, like they're like, yo, don't worry. You know, somebody might like, they're like, yo, it's gonna be all right, bro. You
That's
know, like,
crazy.
like that, yeah. So you learn a lot from that stuff like this, you know. But then
Yeah.
and it's crazy how like a tragedy or like not tragedy, but like it's great that you can make something so positive message and you can turn this negative into a positive right away. And that's from the martial arts spirit, probably, you know.
There's a period, and I could tell you this also in the religious because I'm Christian. I'm a big believer, and now I believe on that verse even more. I'm not saying God give me the cancer. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is God gives the biggest battle to his best warriors. And I feel like I'm a warrior him, and the purpose that he made me go through this, or he let me go through this, I mean the way I see at least, is because he's trying to influence me in a way where once I get out from all of this, which I know I will completely, I'm gonna be like that little candle that is gonna be lighting other candles in the future. And that's the way I see it with all of this. So in a way, and I'm going back to the part of the story mentally, just like I told you, I'm always been a alpha mentality. I'm always been strong my entire career. I have never feared nobody. The only one I fear him. But I can tell you this, bro. The moment, and I'm still going through it. You know, I'm talking to you. I'm still doing chemo. But the one thing I can tell you that I learned in mentally is the fact is like, if I can go through this and I already defeat what is danger, because I'm clear, but not completely clear. But I'm clear out of danger. And in my head, it's like, oh, I never thought in my life I was going to go to another level of mentally. Like, I thought I was like, okay, this is my mat.
Your peak.
That's my peak. Going through this, it brought me to another level that I never thought in my life I was going to be. And it's hard to explain it, but it's just bottom line. Like, I was here before, and me finding out now I'm here once I find out I'm going through it. So my head's like, okay, whenever I get the chance, and I know I will, step in that cage. I'm gonna be looking the other guy, and I'm gonna be laughing inside of me, or probably I'm gonna be laughing in his face, and it's like, bro, what can you bring to the table that is worse than what I went through? Like, you're not gonna kill me. You can't. There's no way. Like, you can put me to sleep. You can knock me out. That's about it. Maybe I get broken my bones, or get cut in the face or something, you know. That's the worst thing that can happen. But I'm going to fight you back. So in my mindset is like, okay, I had never feared any other man. But now it's like, because I went through this, it's like, it just I just laugh about life now. It's every little thing. That's why I go back to the gratitude about it. Every little thing is just huge. The little things that I used to be gratitude about it, now it's like the gratitude is even bigger for that little thing because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. And then like, and then the fact that you can even now like the little things that you can appreciate that maybe they just go over your head, you know, like you just don't think about it, and then you just don't, or like we take for granted. You know, what do they say? Like that one thing, you know, you're healthy. Your health is the one thing that we give up our health for money, and then we spend all our money on our health, and then like, or for the time, you know, and then at the end of the day, that's like the most important thing you have, you know. Like when you wake up, you gotta be just so grateful about that, man.
Time's your biggest asset. I say this all the time on social media. And all my social media, time is the biggest asset. Time is gold. Some people like to do it with your own time, you know. You like to spend it whatever, how you want to spend it. Don't get me wrong. Because I spend it in ways that I'm like, damn, dear, should have done a little better than this, you know.
Yeah.
It's understandable. We're humans. That's what we're humans. You know, we're not perfect. You know, we are made on his eyes, you know. And he gives permission to us to do mistakes, because at the end of the day, I don't believe we're God or we're perfect, because I mean, we would be eternal and all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard with the distractions, you know. That's gonna be like the biggest battle right now. That's what we were talking about before with when I was talking about the editing, you know, like like studying, and we were talking about like learning how to do the pod and everything like this, bro. The distraction
is huge.
To put able to turn off the phone and just walk away from it is hard, you know, because you just always, you know, you feel like you're missing out or something, you know.
You and me, we're kind of in the same generation. Think about it. About let's say 10 years, 15 years ago. We're still, technology is still there, but think about it. 15 years ago, you were like probably what, 15, 17, 18, probably around there.
15, bro. No, I was 20 years old.
So I was around
20,
the same
20,
time.
15,
So I was
years
about
ago?
18, 19. Think about it. The technology what it was back then to where it is now. Like,
oh my God, we lived in the craziest era, bro.
It's like,
bro, we lived before the internet. You know,
we
lived
we're like
90s rap. Like we lived like in all the best eras of everything. You know.
All right.
I saw, bro. I was watching a movie the other day. It's funny you say that. I was watching a movie the other day. I was watching Terminator, bro. Did you know that
Which
Terminator 1?
Okay.
Did you know that Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 and The Matrix are connected? Yeah.
For real?
The Matrix is what would have happened if Terminator 2 failed.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
And John Connor, his nickname is JC. It's like the story of Christ, they say. He's like, John Connor, like Christ, Jesus Christ was the savior of humans. Like we believe, like our creator was our creator. Jesus Christ was our, like God was, Jesus Christ made the people, and then the people made the robots. So JC was like the God of the people against the robots. John Connor.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And then so Neo is John Connor reborn, basically.
That's crazy, right? If you think about it that way, okay.
It's the same writers. I didn't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it that way,
I
but
didn't
now
know,
you
I
broke
just found
it
this
up.
out. Oh, but this, yeah. So I was gonna say that movie. First of all, classic movie, unbelievable movie.
Oh,
But
I love her.
you know what I noticed, bro? The guy goes back in time to protect Sarah Connor. Yo, there's a scene when he's walking. She goes in. She's hiding from the Terminator, and she goes into the club. Bro, those people in the 80s, they look so happy, like in the moment, bro, that I was almost jealous, like watching this scene from the movie.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Bro, there was no phone. There was no... these people were just...
They were living the moment in the club.
In the... Like, a pure era, bro. Where there was no distractions, dog. Back then, you were just completely... I mean, imagine going out and hearing music and you don't know who... Bro, life was crazy. Like, now it's like we go disappear from each other. We don't see each other for the night. How you going to... You know, we got to go out together. We got to stick together, you know? You disappear. It was back then, it was crazy, you know?
All right, you know, it's funny that you said that.
There was a weird happiness that I noticed when I watched that movie, bro. But yeah, another term, what a classic movie, dog.
That was a classic movie. No, but exactly, that's so funny that you said that. You know, that's actually, you know, it brought me a couple of things. I saw the same thing on social media a couple of weeks ago, talking about that. You know, actually, I was just scrolling. Go back to the same thing we were talking about.
Scrolling's hard not to, right?
Scrolling, you know, you're trying to, you know, get the timing the right way. But anyways, so I'm going there and I saw a video. 1998, I think it was. But you can see it. It's like BHAs, like that type of stuff.
I saw that. Yeah,
and people are dancing. You can see that. I was like, damn, like it's different. It's just different to what it is now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now I don't party. But when I used to party when I was younger, And I can kind of like recall that and go back to that moment, and it's like, man, it's difference. Technology, how technology changed from that point to that point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's amazing how people, we are so attracted to the. It's weird. I don't know what makes us tick, bro. Like, fame really makes us like. It really moves you, you know. Like people when they do the video of themselves, you know, they want it to like. You want to go viral. Like, everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to be seen by a lot of people, you know? Like, there's just, like, it's a weird natural instinct that we have, you know? Not saying that it's bad or nothing because, bro, like, who's going to act like it's not dope, you know? But, I don't know.
You know, it's funny you said that because I was reading about this. A psychologist is playing about this, and actually it's a test. Whenever you take a picture, let's say you take a picture with a group, what's the first thing you do when you watch that picture?
Look at yourself.
You look at yourself. What do you think is that?
We are the most important people because I think for humans, like, we are the most important people in our own lives.
Okay,
You know?
so
That's what they say. That's what that's what, you know, like.
No, it's true. It's true. What
For
you're
all
saying.
people, we you know, like.
We're aware
yeah.
of us first.
We're the heroes of our own movie, but then, you know what's funny? But have you ever heard this quote? Bro, we are. Damn, do I sound weird or is it me? Or like,
No, I hear you
do
well.
I sound the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's just, I hope it's just my speaker. Yo, the person we care the most about is ourselves, but we care more about what other people think about us, but we are the most important people in our own life, but we care about how other people view us rather than us. It's a weird thing about us, you know?
And you
Like, it's so hard not to they always say don't worry about what other people think, you know, like be your own self or whatever, but it's one of the hardest things to not care what other people think, like, meaning, like, we love each other, like, when we look at a picture you're gonna look at yourself first always, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time we live to satisfy other people more than anything else than ourselves. It's weird how that works, you know. We're odd, bro.
So it's funny you said that,
crazy,
but you know what has to do with that, and I believe so, is culture.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially where we live. We live in Miami, bro.
Yeah,
Think about it.
I lived in Thailand, bro. When I was in Phuket, Thailand, bro, Tiger Muay Thai, same thing, man. Everybody there is like a lot of like influencers. People.
Yeah.
You saw when you were just getting into, you were just traveling, right? You just traveled to Thailand. Yeah, so I don't know. I over there is very similar, but then again, that's just those two places. You're right. Other places where people are normal, they're gonna be way more chill. I bet.
Yeah, if you think about it, let's say you go here in the United States, go to the middle of the United States, like, I don't know, where is that? Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those places. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to see it, but you're not going to see it to a level that you see here in Miami.
No.
You know what I mean?
Bro, here's like everybody's
anywhere,
got a
every
camera
corner.
and a sketch, you know.
It's like in the corner and everyone's it's just crazy, bro.
Everybody's got a production team, you know.
You know,
bro,
I mean,
but that's, you know what's crazy, bro. I just did a session today, and I had my friend come and video it and take photography. I got like professional photos for my private lesson. You know why? To do promotions, bro. So I can do promotions, so I can make a web, so I can have like you know what I'm saying, like dope pictures, but. I'm doing the same thing I'm out here complaining about. So I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, all right, guys? I am that, all right?
Hey,
I'm just doing what I got to do to survive, dog.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Do what you got to do.
Right? You know, like, I'm out here, listen, we're out here talking shit about the social media and stuff, but, bro.
You have to follow it.
You got to do it.
Either you do it or you stay behind. How you say it? Either you do it or you stay behind.
Yeah, dog. You got to, like, it's like sink or swim, bro. You got to evolve with the times. So,
I believe I'm a big believer when it comes to all of this is you live and learn. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you live and learn from others, learn the good, learn the bad. I mean, if you're a smart person, obviously, learn the bad, put it to the side, learn the good, use it for yourself, and be able, if you're super smart, then you learn from other people's mistakes. It's like, okay, if I go that way, that's going to happen. Let me not go that way. I see this guy doing this. But then again, it's hard for us to.
Wow, the super smart. I am not super smart, but I have friends who are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that," and then you always ask, like, "Yo, how come you never did this?" And they'll tell you the answer, and I'm like, "Oh, so smart." I was like, "Yo."
But you really understand what I mean by that, right?
100%, because, bro, I am in the hard head club, dog.
Yeah.
I will do it the wrong way for years, dog, and finally be like, "Oh, why did I do it
like why? Why didn't do it that way?" Oh, you know what?
Pain is the best lesson. Pain is the best teacher, right?
Yeah,
Pain
basically, bro.
It's like, bro, we're getting older, and I don't know, like I still feel the same amount of smart. I just know more. I know to do less dumb shit, you know.
But
I'm not any smarter, but wisdom, you know.
Wisdom, bro.
Experience,
wiser.
You know.
You got the experience, something that life just teach you the hard way. I mean, some people learn it the really, really hard way. Some people learn it the hard way. Some other is like, okay, the normal way.
Man, yeah, it's okay. Well, speaking of, like, we got a little bit off topic. We're talking about how the world's trying to poison us, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, we're talking
man,
about the food
I
part.
want to go back to that because, all right, so listen, you think because I'm noticing all of our friends are like in the cancer era, man. Like a lot of people I know are getting this, and I'm thinking it's because we're the product of this government in the last like dictatorial government that kind of took over the FDA for the last 20 years, you know, through like
Something like
television and marketing and like mass production of like wheat and cereal and sugars, you know. And I feel like we're all suffering the consequences now because we were the test bunnies when we were kids.
Like
And all the
generation,
kids
basically.
like 5 to 15, you know,
Hey,
bro.
bro, you look at it this way. Don't even take my word for it. Look it up. Google it.
Look at
The stories.
I got
Just-
another one. The tobacco. To cut you off, just before I lost the thought, bro. When the tobacco companies,
Back then, when
they
it came out.
when they got in trouble and when they cracked down on tobacco and they weren't selling it and they realized that tobacco gives you company, you know what they put all their money into? Food. They put all their money into our food source, bro. For sugar, they looked how to make food less filling and more addictive. They put all their money from the tobacco all into like into the food industries, bro. To the sugar, the Quaker, all those big, you know, because like all those food places, all those food companies, all the shelf food that you see, it's all owned by like one person, and they all have the same poison shit in
And
there,
I
bro.
believe you.
The corn, the one that they like the high fructose corn syrup, bro. Do you know how much stuff has that in America? Our fucking food, our chicken is steroided up. Bro, if they're giving steroids in our chicken, what are we, and hormones? We're eating those hormones.
And it's
our
gonna get to a
body's
point
not
that we're gonna get the fake
Bro, 'cause
fake
you-
stuff.
Yes, because we're going against bro, God made the earth perfect.
I
We are
mean,
perfect beings, bro. Humans
technology.
were built perfectly.
technology is changing a lot of things.
But how is technology making us better but worse at the same time? It's almost like a catch-22.
It's just
Because
crazy.
we have YouTube, we have Google, we have all these things
Knowledge.
at our disposal, knowledge at our disposal, but I feel dumber than we've ever been, bro.
Lazy.
Our kids don't have the attention. We don't have the attention span, bro.
Oh, my bad.
No worries.
Ah.
Man, my attention span is bad. And I can only imagine kids that grown up with the iPad and the iPhone and all that stuff. Speaking of generations, we're from a good generation where like we still learned how to use the phone, learned how to use the internet.
Like we were like in the internet time when it
Pre-internet,
was
when it was
created.
like cool, when the internet was cool, when you can go in chat rooms and we can talk to
Right.
each other on
That's
I am. But bro, imagine growing up now with Instagram and all that. Bro, Instagram is designed like a casino. You know that? Like the way it lights up and everything about it is made to keep you on it and addicted. dog.
Yeah, algorithm, bro. They make money as long as you stay in the social media. They're making money out of
We're
it.
all chasing the
Straight up.
algorithm, dog.
Right.
And then they censor you because then and then what you say, they push. If you talk about some topics, it'll blow up, and if you talk about other topics, it'll go down.
They will go
and
down.
You can see that they're fucking controlling the narrative, bro.
So-
it goes deep, man. This is gonna get this.
That's crazy.
This conversation right here will get us.
Well, let's find
Put
out.
down.
But let me tell you something before I forget.
My
You were
bad,
talking
my
about
bad,
the
my
food, and this is something I had to learn too through the treatment that I was going through. I had never done fasting, and this is something I had to do. I had started doing research about it, and let's talk about history way back. We're talking about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, back in the day. Humans back then they weren't using they were eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's one thing I'm pretty sure you know of that. But then this is something I had to do my research, which I knew about it, but then I did a research like really deep. So I find out, which is funny that you said about money and big companies. Breakfast back in the day, I don't know what year it was that they start with this. This guy was a very good. I forgot the name of this guy. This guy is really good in advertising. So they, these people for a company that decide to grab this money and put in this guy say, you know what? I want you to be able to sell bacon, the little slide that is like a pancake. You know the regular things that every
griddles, the
restaurant
griddles.
has the same thing, the same breakfast. I don't know if you know that it's always a bread, a bacon, an
Oh,
egg.
the food pyramid.
The fruit
Yeah, a
bread.
little bit of meat. They have like that's all a lie.
Okay.
That was
so,
all built off of fabrication.
Okay, so this guy did it. So if you really think about it, back then there was only lunch and dinner. So we're talking about, I don't know, probably 100, 200 years. So I had to look at our. So now they force us to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now this is where I come in with my understanding, knowledge of fasting. And from back in the time too, why these people back then they didn't die and they were still alive. Let's be real. Back then they had to probably chase for the food and kill the food, and probably they will have food probably for 1 or 2 days, and then they had to start for 2-3 days and then hunt again. Obviously we don't do that nowadays. So I started looking at, okay, you know what? Let me think about it in a way. It's like, how can I make my body feel better in a way that I can consume less and make my body just feel better overall? So I started doing this fasting, which is basically I don't eat nothing from 12 p.m. in the afternoon all the way to 8 p.m. I'm sorry, for 12 to 8, that's when I eat.
Intermittent fasting.
Yes. And then the rest of the hours, I don't do nothing. And the first thing I told the doctor, and the doctor, I remember I was talking to him. That's one of my doctors that I was keeping with the chemo. I tell her, hey, doctor, by the way, I'm going to start doing this. I never done this before. I always been the traditional guy. I do my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner, and I get probably the 2 snacks in between. And he goes, you sure you're going to be okay? Because you do know that the medicine that you're doing, that's going to be hardcore for your body, and they start explaining it to me. Your defense are going to go low. This is going to happen to you. You're going to sell all these things. So I started telling him, but I done my research and I don't know this, I do want to try. Let me be clear. A lot of people do fasting for the purpose of losing weight. Most of the fasting there is for that. I wasn't doing it for that. Mainly it just to kind of like messed up my organs in a way where it mess it up, where it sends a different signal to my brain, where my body has to work a little harder for the nutrient, the protein, and the carbs, and all of these things. Believe it or not, bro, I started doing it, and probably about a month and 2 months, I started feeling way more better. I can tell you now, I could be BSing, but I can tell you right now, at least me, and I'm talking to you for how I feel. I feel better now than what I used to feel before I went through the operation and all of this. And I'm talking to you, I'm going through chemo. So imagine, chemo is killing my whole system inside, and I'm doing this on the side, which is something that's awareness that I want to talk to them. Talk to your doctor, and I'll take notice for me. But it's one thing I tell you, like I say, I do eat healthy. I tell you that from the afternoon at 8 p.m. That's what I eat, and then for the rest of the time I don't eat nothing. Now there's one thing and I brought it up here, because I do want for them to do a little research on it. Normally what I normally do weekly basis, my breakfast is actually smoothie, but smoothie are made up of a bunch of different fruits, which is, just to take a list for these people, that I put pomegranate, papaya, ginger, blueberry, orange, banana, grapefruit, apples, lemon, grenade, blackberries, pears, strawberry, cherries, broccoli, spinach, and oregon. That's all the things that goes in one thing. And every day I drink that as my smoothie.
I got it, bro. That's amazing. I have a good one too. I recommend beetroot. Throw some beetroot in there, bro.
Ooh.
The beetroot feels good. I don't put that much. I have a good smoothie combo when I'm on point that I do. But yeah, that's amazing that you do that and you feel better, bro. That's amazing. And sometimes the doctors don't know, bro. It's like, a lot of ancient religions, every religion in the past, like Buddhism, they do a lot of fasting. Muslims fast.
They do fasting.
And Ramadan, it's like purifying the body. Every major religion, since the beginning of time for humans, only modern science and modern doctors tell you that fasting is
it's not good.
Bro, I'm pretty sure, a lot of these doctors, like in the 1940s, were bought up by the Rockefellers to promote
medicine,
to go conspiracy theory, but like they called like natural, like medicine, like, because everything, antibiotics is made from everything that comes from the ground. Like God made everything for you, like that. What's good, like you were saying, the blueberries, bro. Blueberries are good for your brain, and it looks like a brain.
Right.
The ginger is good for your stomach, and it looks like an intestines. Every vegetable is made for, like, the thing that's good for your lungs looks like your lungs. Like all the food. Carrots are good for your eyes. If you look at the middle of the carrots, they look like your retina.
That's crazy. They said that, but it's true. Very true.
Bro, the eyes are crazy. There's more cells in our eyes than like a computer, than a crazy fast computer.
Didn't know that. Now I know that.
Yeah,
thank you for the information.
We'll go to that one later. I was gonna ask you about that, but bro, we were just the fasting. Have you ever done a 3-day fast, bro? If you're on chemo, I don't think you should do that.
No, I haven't done that. The max that I ever done is 18 hours.
I've done it 3 times, bro.
Wait, 18 hours?
Yo.
24. No, 24. My
know-
bad.
No,
24 was being
hours
the
good.
max.
That's really good for you too. It's like a reset. You know what the theory is on fasting? Like why they say it's so good for you?
Right.
So your body uses. So when you eat food or whatever, first your body eats all the fats and the sugar. Like that's why when you eat sugar, like when you get that energy rush, is because your body burns that right away.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom. But now the key on fasting, this is why they say intermittent fasting is good, is that your body, when you start intermittent fasting, that's when you get like into a catabolic state and your body wants to eat. When it starts eating itself for energy, you go into ketosis. Like it'll eat your ketones and like all your fat cells before your muscle. So then you get like this new spurt of energy when people take out like carbohydrates and stuff like this.
Right.
When you fast, after 24 hours, you go into ketosis, where your body starts going into like this like different blood, like your blood level changes, but it's really healthy, and then you start working off of, and then your body to survive, it goes into like a panic mode. But your body's like a computer, bro. It can fix itself. It's like cleaning out a virus. So when you fast, like on the second day and third day, your body starts eating away all the bad cells. It'll eat away all the cancer cells, bro. There's people who've done like 21-day, 30-day fasts of no food, and they've.
No, what is it? They just pure water.
They've crashed, water, and like you can do like green tea, for like water, like green tea for the antioxidants. I did a 3-day water fast, which is green tea packets full of it, bro. The first day is pretty easy. I trained on the first day and I felt amazing, bro. I felt like limitless, bro. Training jiu-jitsu, no water in between rounds, just rolling,
just going
on an empty stomach, no nothing. My body was just like I hit this weird limitless phase, Then after I trained, I think that's when like my body had like a little bit of shutdown. I was like, oh, because I used and then I didn't drink. I didn't eat anything after that session, So the second day was really hard.
I'm pretty sure you were burning calories too.
The second day I'm trying to sleep, bro, but like in the middle of the night I can't sleep because I'm tossing and turning, and this is hard to do the 3-day fast. But bro, I can feel my pores start opening, and like my odor, like my armpits and shit. It was crazy, bro. I could feel my arms like.
And that was in the second day.
I was in the second day. I was like at like 52 hours when it got really hard, but that what gave me the motivation to finish the fast. Because
like,
I really, because I can feel like, oh shit, my body was resetting. I'm sleeping, bro, and my nose like is opening, like if I'm blowing my nose. So your body is like a computer, dog. It can fix itself,
I mean, you said it right, bro. That's the reason why you brought up the religion, bro. It's been for many years.
Every religion fast, bro.
That they do fasting, And fasting, if you really look at it, guys, look it up, Google it, And very, very good. Depends on what you're doing it for,
You can even fight Alzheimer's brain cells. Like people who are fighting Alzheimer's, like fasting, it'll eat up the bad brain, the shit that's in your brain too. It helps clean up your brain fog, they say, Bro, I was gonna ask you. So, man, when you did the first podcast, you were already doing chemo. You were doing chemotherapy, or you were? I was
still in pain. I told you I was. Remember, I told you I was a little in pain.
You didn't want to tell nobody that you were in.
Nah, there's a reason why.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say what made you keep that quiet?
This is the reason behind it. This is goes in the psychology part with the mindset. And I'm gonna give it to you an example of 2 ways. And this is for you guys, people, that way you can also understand what I mean by that. You got 2 type of people in this life. You got a bunch of them, but I'm gonna give you the sample 2 people, though, and both of them they're good. If you tell A, let's say person A, hey bro, by the way, I have a cancer, and probably that person's gonna answer you like, oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that, bro, and man, by the way, actually I have a family member or have a friend that freaking died from this and that, blah 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 blah.
That shit.
You say that's a person A. Then you got the person B. Both are good. And they're going to say like, oh my God, I didn't know. I wish you the best. If you need for anything, just let me know. Now, both of them, they want the best for you at the end of the day. But there's a different where you have to kind of like disconnect yourself, especially in the mindset, and this is something I'm very careful with it. If I decide to tell others, person A, I was going to be hearing it a lot. And I can tell you that because I noticed that right away from the get-go. So I say, you know what? I don't want to be hearing that type of thing. Because even then that person is not wishing me bad, but it's in a way the words is coming out of their mouth is kind of not giving the positive mindset that I need in the long term. But the person B is actually saying the right things in the right moment and the right time, which I'm okay with it. Now, that was one of the reasons why I keep myself quiet with it. That's number one. Number 2, I'm a very private person. At the end of the day. Number 3, as a fighter, I also saw that people can use that against me, in a way. Uh, put it this way. How would I put it this way? The enemy, people are a-holes. They're gonna always find a way how to use some weaponized to mess you up mentally, physically, spiritually, some way. So I prefer to keep it that and quiet. The other reason behind it is for my peace. That's it. That was my peace mentally. I was like, you know what? There's nothing that I will need their help. Yeah, probably I will need their help, but at the end of the day, I'm the one going through it. How are they gonna help me out besides my family? Let's be real, like realistically. How does benefit? How by they knowing what I'm going through is gonna benefit me in the long term? There's nothing at the end of the day. Let's be real. That's the reason why when I tell you about the what you call it the thing that was making money, not making money. I was trying to get money as a
For the shirts, for the wristbands.
yeah, but no, bro, you just the one that you just sent, bro. I forgot.
Patreon?
GoFundMe,
Oh,
GoFundMe.
yeah.
Yeah. So I did the GoFundMe and I explained there because of the operation, but I didn't say the specific reason behind it, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to say. And then a couple of people came to me and said, "Dear, you should kind of like just say the truth, And I was like, I do, but I promised something to myself the day that I find out about it. That same day that I did the operation, I told myself, you know what? I will come out with the truth the day that I find out by the doctor that tells me you are okay. You're safe. You don't have to worry about it. You're in danger. That's the day I'm gonna come out with the truth, and I'm gonna tell everyone what's up, what happened, and why I did it for my purpose, and help influence others. And that's why that's why I'm doing this with you, because I do wanna help others. Not only if you're going through cancer, and this is hard. I mean, this is not hard now because I learned mentally how to program myself not to be emotional about this. But I'm gonna lie to you, 6 months ago, I probably would be crying over here right next to you. So something that I tell, hey, if you're going for any illness, it's very important. A couple of things that I let them know, Number one, you have to work out. I'm gonna tell you, bro, like if you don't understand the physical fitness aspect, how much it's gonna help you out mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's one thing that I notice about the people every time I go to a clinic, I can tell you at least 90% of them, they're not fit people. And they're not in that lifestyle. Probably I don't know nothing about their life, but just by looking at them, I was like,
tell, right?
I mean, bro, these people don't train. They're not doing nothing like that. That's no one. Number 2 is you gotta maintain, protect this, because this is your biggest weapon. Without this is not gonna work.
That's
This is
we were
connected.
saying before, like
The mindset, bro. Like what we were talking about this early, and then the spiritual part, which is I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm a big believer, and I'm not pushing nobody's religion, but I have faith. And my faith with him, it was 100%. I was like, bro, if you're gonna take me out, cool. I'm leaving, but I'm leaving like a warrior.
you're right. You're gonna do everything you can in your power
That's
to
it.
defeat it.
At the end of the day, like I'm a big believer that we have a chapter. You have a chapter, I have a chapter. That chapter is already written, and we just reading and reading and reading. It's gonna get to a point that it's gonna be the end. When is that gonna happen? I don't know. Until then, I'm still gonna be fighting. Bottom line, I'm not a coward. If I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna leave like a warrior, like a samurai. Seeing a samurai, they go to the stake and it's like, okay, my honor is done, and they get chopped with the head. Literally, that's my mentality when it comes to all of this. So,
death before dishonor. I kept trying to say that.
but like telling them, it doesn't matter if it's cancer or any illness, anything that is your life is going through it. Believe me, those are 3 things: eat healthy, do some type of exercise. I mean, I'm big in exercise, and I'm big with MMA, and I'm a big believer that both things that help me out, but also the healthy part, doing the fasting and doing all these things, switching up everything, bro. I can tell you right now, I'm a sucker for sweet.
Yeah,
and
I've always been, man. Now I'm like, fuck. Cancer thrives on sugar, bro.
And bro, that's a big push, bro. That was one of the biggest battles that I had to go through in a year and a half, cause I'm a sucker for sweet. Yeah. And the first thing they told me, Edir, you have to stop sugar. I'm like,
Oh,
that was like
have you
a
cut
slap
out
in the
all-
face.
Have you cut out all sugar?
Bro, everything. Like no, don't get me wrong. Here and there, once in a blue moon, I say, fuck it.
But the thing is, everything has sugar, bro.
But
This
everything has
fucking
sugar.
country, they're killing you, bro. It's
Bro,
wild.
it's crazy, bro.
Everything has sugar. Things you don't think have sugar.
Now,
It's like,
bro, that's
why
why you have to
I
use
want to
fruits.
grow my own food, man. I have cucumbers in the back. I'm making a farm.
For real.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I want to get chickens, but I don't know if the neighbors will like.
They like
get
it.
pissed,
Like,
dog.
what is this guy,
But I
bro?
legit want to get chickens, bro, because I want to go off the grid, man.
Bro, no, it's crazy, bro. But it's getting to a point that my mom was telling me, we were talking about that with my mom, and my mom's like, you know what? Voy a con mi propia granja. Sorry for the people. I'm going to make my own, how you say granja? I forgot.
Grandkids, grandparents.
No, granja. That means farm.
Yeah.
I'm going to create my little farm in the back. You know, I already know how to do this, you know. And I'm not going to buy anything else. I like.
Bro, I think that's the way to do it, man. Get some horses, learn how to ride horses.
Yeah.
Like Khabib,
Get back to
Khabib's out there
the
in the
old
mountains
times.
riding horses. Yo, Khabib wants to be a farm. His father passed away. He doesn't want to train anymore. He's got a farm over there in Dagestan, bro.
I mean, I believe you. You know, this guy is, he has the money, so I'm pretty sure he
There's something special about growing food, bro. I've been trying to grow since coronavirus because I was big into I thought we were all gonna die, you know. And I was
that's it.
I thought
This
it was
is
gonna
the
be
end.
times. I was learning how to grow. I was like, I got tomato seeds,
Are you one of those?
cucumbers. Well, I tried to. I'm half retarded, so.
Do you have a gun by any chance?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a gun?
Bro,
No,
I don't
okay.
have a gun, dog.
So I don't have to worry about you that much.
No, I don't have a gun. But now I'm freaking out because we know how to fight, but it's gonna be useless for people who know how to people who have guns. And there's crazy people out there, bro. You seen these guys on they know how to shoot, bro. Like some shit goes down, man. It's wild how close we are to complete fall from complete fucking I should cut that part out when you say I have a gun. Yeah, I got a gun. I'm a shooting motherfucker. Every American should have a gun. You've heard this, right? They always say that. Like every American should have a gun, you know?
I mean, at least in Florida, it's legal.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty easy to get a gun here, supposedly. You know, like you can just fucking.
It's very
you can carry. There's some. I don't know what. I don't have a gun, so I don't know anything about guns or.
I can
laws.
tell you because I own one.
Yeah.
So it's
you can
very
carry
easy.
everywhere you go.
No,
right?
not right now. I'm not carrying, but
No, but you can.
You can.
Nah, let these motherfuckers know you are, just in case they try to think twice, dog.
This is my gun. If this one doesn't work, then this one goes. If this one doesn't, then I got my lower body.
I feel like that's from a movie. Remember? Oh, that's from Friday. Remember when you ever seen Friday?
With this guy.
When he goes to get the gun, he's like, "Your son, use these right here, pops from the Wayne brothers, bro." That's a great movie, Friday.
Nice.
But no, man. Like the thing you were saying before with the mentality too. I want to touch back on that. Man, the brain doesn't know the difference between the subconscious and the conscious. So whatever you think becomes a reality. So you have to be very careful of your thoughts. You have to be very controlled about that. And everything everything you say, the word is the bro. The word is from the Bible, bro. This is our gift from God, man. We're the only species that can communicate. This is what makes us the hierarchy of the animal kingdom, bro. We have language. We speak. Now I think I think that's not true. I think whales talk to each other and shit, and like animals and I think animals talk to each other. I'm just kidding, but and first was the word. That's that's from the 4 agreements, you know. Like he talks about that. Like the spoken word is the most important thing, and it all starts with that. Like everything that comes out of your mouth, you have to be very careful about how you speak, about how you speak about other people, because it's just a reflection on yourself, you know. And like you don't want to subconsciously you say things, and I have to be smart on that because I do comedy now, and like I try to do self-deprecating comedy where you make fun of yourself and oh, I'm so stupid, this and that. But it's you gotta be careful. You don't want to do comedy now. I'm trying to switch up my comedy where it's it's not such, you know, because I don't want to be out there in comedy on stage saying all this shit and then believing it, you know.
I know, I feel you.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at yourself and make fun of it. But bro, I've been big on that recently. Just shifting your paradigm and I'm just trying to control. I'm trying not even listen to negative music with bad stuff in it, you know.
You know, it's crazy you said that because I'm big on that, and I'll put it to you this way. Everything I say, I mean, I can tell you right now, poison.
Yes.
Poison stuff. But literally, I can just literally talk to you, and I can send you poison right now.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. And you gotta be. And then when people do it, you gotta be careful for the people that don't know and that don't know any better. When they speak poison to you, you gotta be able to be prone to that.
Understand how to block it.
I get caught in it, bro. I just realized it. I go somewhere. You know, you go see your friend or whatever, you know what I mean? And then, you're talking, and then they hit you with that gossip, bro, and you love that shit. You want to know what that fucking,
The drama.
talk about other people, bro. And then they say, like, what do you think? Like, simple minds discuss other people, like strong minds talk about events, and like great minds think about,
That goes, you put me in
What's that
one of the things.
great minds talk about ideas.
Yes.
So you want to be like that. I want to be producing good ideas into the universe. That's why whenever we talk, we have good energy, bro.
So the good thing about it, and you brought me back, it's actually one of the things I don't even know. I'm actually writing a book because of all of this. I'm doing two things. I'm writing a book for all my life I've been through it. Things to teach you how not to fail in your own life. To teach you before you go through it, you can read about it. And the second part is I'm doing a documentary of all the things that I went through on my situation, meaning the good and the bad. So you're gonna see the good, the bad, and the worst, and the good once I do the return. Bottom line, this is something that you brought me to, which is three circles. We got the small one. I don't know. We already talked about this. Small, the middle one, and the big one. And each circle has friends and family members and mentors and teachers, however you want to put it. The difference between each circle, that each circle has, as bigger it gets, as more people you have in that circle. And I'm a big believer, and I say this all the time on social media. My circle is really tight. A lot of people like to make fun of me and says like, bro, you don't have friends. Or let me tell you something, bro. My friends, I can count them with my fingers. And I can tell you, yes, proving what you say right now is each person that I can name you right now in that circle, they're entrepreneurs, owners, millionaires. And each of those people are always talking to me with positive mindset. They're always pushing me to be better. And they're always talking about ideas. Now, I got my second circle, which is the middle one. I got regular friends. Talk a lot of bullshit,
Sports,
gossip,
UFC.
drama, sport, all these things, which you have to have it. You cannot just only have
it's
that.
human,
And then I have my, which also family members too could be there. And then you got the big circle, which is basically the acquaintance, or the guys or the girls that you see once in the blue moon. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And talk a little bit here and there, but that's it.
Yeah.
So proving your point, is like, and then that's where if you're smart enough, you should be okay to have that small little circle. And if you have that small circle and then you have more than this, man, you get
be grateful.
You should be grateful for that.
Yeah.
So you're completely right with what you said right there. And that's one thing I talk about in the book.
That's amazing. You're writing a book, man?
Yeah, bro.
That's awesome, bro. That's amazing. My dad wrote a book. He needs to get it published, he said. He's leaving for us, And I'm like, I want to write a book too, man. Do you have they say I heard an interesting fact, I was 10 minutes a day or a couple pages a day, and you can have a lot of pages in 50. I heard some crazy stats.
There's a bunch of rules for it. This is them, bro.
It's very disciplined. You have to be very disciplined to write the book.
You have to be very disciplined writing a book.
To put those thoughts together, it's tough, man.
It's tough, bro, you have a lot of knowledge. And I can tell you, if you really sit down and just start writing it down, you're going to be surprised with it. It's like, man, I didn't even know this. I can tell you this for the experience of me.
You do it on typing? Sorry.
I did everything old school style. Yeah. So this is the way, I want to say I have about 60% of all the information that I had learned through my life and mixed martial art, entrepreneur, business, life with women, business, overall, just kind of certain things that you probably fail at some point in your life and I failed at some point in life, or I learned from somebody else that's like, you know what, I'm not going to go that way because I know what happened to she or he. And I put everything in perspective with rules of martial arts, also with rules fitness, with rules on entrepreneur, business, and all the things. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that when I did all of this and I continue writing it down, I did about 60% writing it down. So now I'm putting everything in the computer. And it's funny that now I'm doing everything in the computer. I'm actually getting more ideas of already things that I already write it down. Because at that moment I was writing down, probably I was thinking about it. But now while I'm reading it, and it's kind of like a refresh memory, it's like, oh, you know what? But I forgot to say this and this and this and that. So
you keep plugging in. So
and just plug more and more information to adding more. So that is hard now. Understand when I'm not a big reader. I can tell you, when I was used to be in school, I used to hate to read, bro. I was like, give me a book, I will put the book there. Yeah. Now it's like, bro, knowledge is power. Now it's like, bro, I wish I would have known that when I was younger.
Yeah, I never minded reading, but it had to be something I like. I couldn't read a book or something. I couldn't read a math for school. I never was into school. But you know what's crazy? But now, I get into like history and world history now. Like I like to I watch YouTube channels on like the Civil War and World War
Oh,
One.
look at that. Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, and like I learned like little stories, like and then like I heard the one story about like from World War II, like the Japanese soldiers that never gave up. I want to get a shirt, or I was thinking of making a gym. That guy's name, I keep forgetting the name. I gotta Google. There's a Japanese soldier that he fled to the Philippines, and he was a samurai in the Japanese army, and his goal was to start guerrilla warfare all over and disrupt the West. So he was in the Philippines, like sneak attacking American soldiers, killing Americans sporadically. His whole thing was like to wreak havoc on the enemy, and it was like a sworn oath as a samurai. And bro, he hid out in the jungle until like 20 years after the war, and he was still killing people and fighting. He never surrendered, bro. He's the Japanese soldier that never surrendered. He followed his orders to his dying day. Bro, he was in the jungle in the Philippines still killing off people, and they had to drop flyers and airplanes to tell him that the war is over.
It's already over.
And to come home.
And he think it was
duty. Fake. Yes, dog. His duty was to fight.
I know the story you're talking about,
bro. You know.
Isa Soto. I know who you're talking about. It was a group of 4 or 5 Japanese. And then he ended up being the last one. And I know what you're talking about. It's crazy, you know. But you know, it's funny, and you even prove my point even more now, at least in knowledge. I'm a big believer. As more you know, and this is go for everyone, as more you know about the past, you will be more ready for your present. Because if you really look at it, there's actually there's stories about it, and there's actually a video that they always continue bringing it down. That this guy is a teacher at one university, and he talks about every 15 or 20 years season, and he breaks it down how the world works in business, in the culture, in the way how we dress, and the way how we eat, how things change, politics and all the things, and he breaks it down like how everything works through those time period. And he's playing in the video like in the past 80 years, and everything that he has talked about it, you can look at it and Google it, and it breaks down the same way. And then it's in the season just like us right now. Right now they're talking about, you know, we're not going too much on the technology, but we're going in the AI mode. Something that they were talking about that about 30 years ago, and they were already saying that 30 years ago. So now we're in 224, and now look at what's everything's happening.
Brother, I was watching Terminator 1. Do you know how the robots took over in Terminator? It was a cybernet. It was a government spyware company. It was like a software to stop cyber attacks. They had an AI that was supposed to protect them, just like what easily can happen here in a country in the world. China could use, because you got to remember, we're AI and we have our open AI. You don't think China has their own AI?
I mean, everyone at this point.
Everybody has AI, right? Bro, all China needs is one AI to go sentient, and then that will take out. Then we will suffer the consequences from their mistakes, right. Or they will suffer the consequences from our mistakes, like with the pandemic and stuff like this. You know, the whole world suffered consequences for a couple of federal agencies that wanted to do some crazy things. You know, so
I hope it doesn't happen in that time, bro.
The story. And did you know that there is a AI software company in China called Cybernet? And the guy made it because he's such a fan of Terminator 2.
And they put the name of...
I swear, we can Google... Young Jamie, pull that up. And we need to... that's what I'm going to do. This is next levelation for this. The next level up is put a TV here so we can like put it up.
Are you going to... Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Bro, there's a guy... I seen this video. The videos of a Chinese scientist or something like this.
That's crazy.
Computer engineer who works at Cybernet. Or Skynet. They call it Skynet, like from Terminator. I just watched all the Terminators over the weekend. I was a little bit sick. I watched Terminator 1.
You're like, that's how today it's all about Terminator.
I was just loving life. It was like watching a new series. But, bro, Terminator 1 is like a really good movie.
You know, it's funny that you said that because I saw Terminator 2 a week ago.
Terminator 2 is great.
So it's funny that you said that.
Bro.
So the way that you're like, that's funny that you really know about it, bro. It's just crazy. But anyway, hey, all this, what do you call it? Conspiracy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be talking about it because you don't want to bring it down on YouTube, you know?
No worries,
you know how YouTube is.
Yeah, we're going deep. Bro, The Matrix, what do you think happens when we die, bro?
That's a good question, I mean. But this is the thing. And I had two mindset. I try not to have these two mindset, but it's really hard not to disconnect one from the other one. Just like go back to you. I'm Christian. I'm a believe that Jesus died for our sins, and one day He's gonna come, resuscitate,
resurrect,
and come to us. I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer. I die one day, my soul is gonna go to somewhere in the sky. There's gonna be kingdoms, and everything's gonna be great. You're gonna be a happy ever life forever. If you dig it. I'm a believer in that. But then it makes me wonder. I'm a human, so this is the way I see it. It makes me wonder. We live in Earth. That's what is it? What 9, bro? I'm so. What is it? 9, 10 planets around our system.
They found a 10th one recently. That's why they had Nibiru was the 10th planet. But they always thought it was 9.
All right, so 9, 10, whatever.
I don't know either, to be fair. But I know 10th planet, the Jiu-Jitsu company.
My bad, guys.
No, but 10th planet. 10th planet. They say that's there's a hidden country called Nibiru. I don't know if it's real.
Okay, so now think about it.
Up.
That's all we have right now in space. Think about how big it is. And with all this technology that I read about the time, they say that they find out a bunch of different planets that looks exactly or similar to the Earth.
Yeah.
What makes you think that we are the only living creature in this entire space? So it makes me wonder. That's why you say I'm a human. That's what I say. I'm a human. It makes me wonder. It's like, okay, if that it kind of says, and I'm not trying to go scientific on it, but it makes me wonder. Bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Have you heard of simulation theory? That it's about if we live in a simulation, maybe God is the creator of the simulation.
Yeah, like a Matrix, the simulation thing.
Yeah, so I'm that one's been doing my head in, because then I just rewatched the Matrix.
So, what do you think about that? That's actually, I want to actually know your point when it comes to that.
I've always been so torn. There was years when I was atheist, when I didn't think there was God or anything, and I definitely believe in God, Whatever it is.
So at some point you were an atheist?
I wasn't atheist, but I was just, there was a point where I just wasn't sure, I was convinced that religion, I remember when I was younger, I want to say real young and naive, just I was I would just believe, I didn't believe in anything back in the day, I was just I don't know.
You're just going with life.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I just didn't believe any spirituality and fake stuff. I used to think it was all fake shit. The way I feel now, from what I know, I definitely believe in God. There's a creator. There's a universe. Now, what God is, that's a tough one. Maybe we're all gods living on Earth, and that's the secret that they don't want to tell us. And that if you live life like Jesus Christ, you could be in God mode the whole time. So if you live a life if you do. All right, so they say, I almost want to say I am a Christian, but also any religion, as long as doing good, I don't know if it's karmic, how you want to say
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it,
the energy you put out, I definitely feel that man, you don't harm anybody, you do my best to take care, but I wake up every morning and I thank God for another day alive, you know what I'm saying? So I want to draw myself, I want to go to church. I want to start going to church and find a spirituality, because I just feel it's better for you. And bro, the Bible story, it seems it doesn't lie, bro. The Bible adds up in a lot of stories.
A lot of things. Hey, by the way, talking about that, you're more welcome to come to my church.
I'm down to check it out for sure, man. But for what happens when we die, I had this weird theory recently that, I don't know if have you ever taken psychedelic mushrooms or anything like this?
No.
I don't know. I've had some weird theories where I definitely feel we're all one and we're all connected, and maybe we're all just living each other's lives over and over again, And life is forever and it's infinity, and when you die, you get to do it again.
So you thinking the what is it? The culture Indians they think about that?
Yeah, reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
I think when you die, your body, our physical goes, but our soul stays alive. And our soul travels. So whether you want to call it heaven, which seems like a form of Christianity, if you ask me, So I feel when your soul goes and it goes back into the universe, and then you come back and you do it again. I don't know if it's the same body frame, and it's this face and this guy forever, and because there's a good movie that just came out recently. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's on Netflix. You gotta watch it. It's
really
sounds
good. Familiar.
It's about a girl who lives in alternate realities, and in one life form, she's this poor business owner that has a husband that she can't stand, and a daughter that is having problems with her. But in another universe, she's a superhero action star, And
okay,
the universe is intertwined, which is weird.
What's
So,
the name of the?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Everything. Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
So they were saying about like deja vu. You know when deja vu happens? Now,
That's actually a good movie. I don't know if you watch it. Deja Vu with Deshaun
I
Washington.
forgot about it. That's a good one too. So I heard that they say that there's a lot of alternate timelines, and that's why like manifesting and stuff like this. And this is why they say that like astrology tells a lot about the future. And like maybe we're all stars, bro. We're all just pair of stars that fall into the earth, and then we have to live out our star, you know? And then we have to live out our destiny, but it's already mapped out in the sky, like you said, you know? So it all correlates. That's what I'm saying. Like when I'm like the way I'm feeling and thinking lately is like I think that you live again and again and again, and you got to do it better every time. And then the goal is to do it every better and better and better. And maybe if you have a bad life, maybe you did it bad the one before, or maybe we all live everybody's life. Maybe I'm going to live all your experiences. You're going to live all my experiences. Because if it's infinity and it's forever, we're going to live through everything. We're going to be every ant. We're going to be every mouse. We're going to be everything. I think it's all connected, bro. Everything is energy. They say that the energy you put out is energy you get back, right? Like, nothing is constant, bro. Like, if you look, like, there's this guy, Bob Proctor, who I've been really watching a lot of his stuff. He gets a ball, right? He gets one ball, and there's 4 balls. The one ball hits the 4 balls, and when the ball comes back, 2 balls come back.
Okay.
So when he hits the 2 balls and it hits the 4 balls, then the other 2 balls come back. Meaning the same energy that it hits the ball comes back. So the one ball won't hit all 5 balls and all 5 balls go back. The one ball hits one ball and then 2 balls go. The 2 balls hit the balls and then 2 balls come back. Meaning that everything has the same reaction. Like the energy you put out is going to be the exact energy you get back. It's a fact, right? And then this doubles down into what we were speaking about before, where your mind doesn't know the difference between the subconscious and the conscious, right? So if you subconsciously say something, your life might be a certain way because you feel like you're in that, because you've already set up a paradigm where you can't escape that box because you think this is you, this is your limitations. Like they always say, whether you can or can't do something is true. You ever heard that saying? It's up to your limitations that you put on yourself.
That's why you say, it's very powerful what you say. That's why I'm very careful what I say. Most of the time, I learned the rule, silence. And that's a huge rule when it comes to, I don't know if you ever heard this before, but I'll give you the sample behind it, the silence behind. If you understand how to control your silence, there's 2 ways you can do it. A person, I don't know if you noticed this, you meet 2 type of people. The person that likes to talk a lot, and then the person that stays very quiet. If you really think about it in a way, you will probably see that the quiet person is going to be more mysterious in a way, right? Because you don't know much about that person. Now, let's say in the martial art world, whenever you see a master, coach, or however you want to call it, you have the 2 master. The one guy that probably tells you, hey, this is the way we're going to do, blah, 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 blah. He's talking all the time. And then you got the other master that says, this is the way we're going to do it. Boom. That's it. In a way, you're going to feel, which one you're going to feel more respectful for? The guy that is going to talk more or the guy that barely say anything?
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's some people that, I like you were saying, maybe like, there's people who do it, they show their actions, they speak through their actions, and there's people who speak through their words.
I know that you are about to finish this, so I want to give it to you this.
Oh, for
this
sure.
A little thankful.
Yes. Oh, my man. Beautiful.
So,
the legal fitness. I love it.
I see.
Stop dreaming,
Hopefully
baby.
your side.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is amazing. Hell yeah, bro.
And last one, bro.
I'm going to wear this on the next podcast, dog.
That way you can kick some butt when you're training with your guys.
Oh, my man. I was thinking, you're going to show me where you get these. I want to get some honey back. My man. Hey, entrepreneur, my brother.
Hey, do anything, bro.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, my brother. We went, last time we were on, I think we did 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't even know.
I know when we hang out, I knew this.
Yeah,
I know we're going to go deep, so
at
least we got into the nitty gritty right away, because it's important, man, that you're able to tell your story, bro. I'm so glad that you're safe right now and you're healthy and just, man, so much respect, my brother. Just so much respect for, and like you said, man, it's kind of ingenious, but like tough because a lot of people like want to get like, you weren't trying to get no sympathy from nobody. You fucking soldiered out and you did it on the low, quiet. You came in here, hung out with me for hours, bro. Hung out, did the podcast. We didn't even bring it up, bro.
I didn't bring it up,
look for no sympathy. Like it was crazy, man. So. Thank God, brother. So what? Now you're still doing chemotherapy? How much more sessions you have?
So basically, this is where I'm at right now. I'm out of danger I'm still doing chemo, but the chemo has changed a little bit of treatment. Actually, it's supposed to be easier on my body, but I'll be honest with you,
How
it's
do
still
you
kicking
feel,
my
bro?
ass.
How does it work? What is it like?
Oh, that's great. I'll give you an example. Like, look at your hand. Open your hand, your palm. You see your palm color? Look at my palm. See the
I
difference?
noticed it, yeah.
That's the secondary. The same thing with my feet. My feet on the bottom, it looks the same way. Yours is more whiter. That's one of the symptoms that I give you. A lot of people think that when you go through cancer, you lose your hair. Not really. Not every cancer patient, they lose their hair. What they lose hair is depending on the treatment they do. Now, if you see my skull, actually, I have thin hair. That's a thin.
Thin.
That happens to me because of the treatment. What's the other thing that I get dry faster, meaning that even then I'm drinking. I don't know if you notice, I'm drinking a lot of
You
water.
need more water, bro?
No, I'm good.
But finish. I want to have the. That's why I brought that
but
picture.
good.
I usually have bottles.
But that's something that you have to keep up. What's the other one? Dryness on my eyes. That happens to me a lot. Bleed through my nose. That happens to me a lot.
I was gonna ask you.
So yeah, I was gonna. That happens to normal.
Boy, you're still training.
And I'm still doing it. That's why it's funny because I tell my.
Are you supposed to wait to do chemo to
bro,
train?
I'm just fucking crazy, bro. I'm a warrior.
So you're on chemotherapy right now, bro. I was gonna ask you. I thought I saw blood in your nose when you sat down. I was like, "Yo, we got that from sparring." And then in the middle of the party, you tell me I'm still doing my chemo, bro.
Yeah, so
basically, how many days a week do you do chemo?
I know. Well, right now I'm doing the way how I'm doing treatment is actually they put me in pills. So I go right now on Monday. I had to go, which I'm gonna be there for 1 hour only. So they're gonna give me just one drug. I'm gonna stay there. They're gonna connect it to my. I have actually still got a port. I think that's how you call it, like a little device here where they put and connect it there. So I'm there for 1 hour doing nothing. Just eating crap.
And
they put in the drug inside of me.
You feel like shit after.
Oh
do
yeah.
Do they give you like you can do like a prescription for weed or something like this? Do they give you like
I talked to my.
They give you something for. I heard that's really good for recovery. Bro.
I talked to him about it. He's not a big believer when it comes to it. But I've done my research. I haven't done it.
CBD or something.
I'll be honest.
I don't know if this is from Joe Rogan talking.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to all of this, I try to stay as natural as possible, and I try not to do anything when it comes to medication. I try to avoid as much as the medication as possible at this point where I'm at. But at the end of the day, yes. Finishing what you're saying is, I do train. I tell them all the time, my teammates, I tell them, hey, bro, if I start bleeding, don't worry. It's not you. You didn't hit me. It's probably me because my pressure is coming up and I'm going to start bleeding. Wow. That's normal. So I tell them straight up from the beginning, hey, if you see me that I'm tired, I'm like, don't worry about it. That's not you. It's me. I'm going through the system. So I had to kind of like remind them about it. Hey, if I tell you, hey, stop for a second, hey, it's not you. It's me. I'm coming back.
And what you're
By the way, sorry.
No, go.
Are you into Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
I know you are. I get all the reels I get from you.
So there's a little joke I've been running with them since I came back. I came back about 5 weeks ago, and I've been telling them all this time with the same joke. I like, don't worry, guys. Right now, I love you guys. For the people that are Dragon Ball, I tell them, hey, you're just getting Kaioken right now with me. You're getting the first level. Soon, give me about 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna be Super Saiyan.
Right now, like you're Goku right now, training with Piccolo.
You're still a kid.
You're hanging out with Krillin, playing with Piccolo, learning.
So I tell them, like, not believe it, bro, but it's right here, bro. At the end of the day, and
wow, bro,
it's a mindset, it's a warrior mindset. At the end of the day, and I tell you, go back to the same thing. Martial art has saved my life. Without martial arts, I probably would have been bad like this. Thinking about my life, feeling sorry about myself, like, damn, when is my last day?
Wow, bro, so you're out here right now with the chemo. Does it with your sleep and everything? You're just rolling through. So how much more treatment do you have with chemo?
Bro, it goes into the next test because they do a test, basically like what do they call it, the CT scan, I think. That's called. I forgot. Basically, they scan the entire body, and they do that every 3-4 months. And technically, that's why I find out about 6 weeks ago. That's when the last test came in, and they basically, where I have it in my liver and I have it in my colon. And then when they saw it again, they say that there's nothing there, but there's something that I couldn't see in the test, but it's not malicious. So technically, they say, okay, you are clear because we cannot see almost nothing. So now I will do the same test, and hopefully it will remain the same. And my mentality, how he has explained to me, is like, if it does like that again, then probably I'm going to go in operation to take this off, once they clear me out with that for the second or third time, and take this off and start going at it with the training full even more. Like I'm already doing it, but I'm gonna be doing it with a different mindset now because it's like, okay, now I'm doing my return, you know. So I don't wanna wait for it to when I get operated and then, you know what, let me start training. No. I'm already training to kind of like getting back on it. That way, when it get to the real thing, I don't have to start from zero. I'm already probably in level 3, level 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So you're not. Yeah, you don't want to fall behind. You want to be able to, while you can right now, is to keep it going so that when your recovery is,
You're not
doing 100%. So you rather like start recovering now.
Yeah.
Thinking ahead of time.
So right now, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm a little crazy because a lot of things that I do, doctor tells me, he haven't told me not to do it. He just told me be extra careful because where you're at right now is because of the medicine that I'm doing. Put it to you this way, I'm more easy to get sicker than you, because of the medicine that I'm doing.
That's what I was thinking. You're gonna be like your immune system is.
My immune system is low.
But that's
like
the thing,
really,
bro. You
really
gotta
low.
be careful when you're training because when you train, you break down your immune system.
Yeah.
And that's. You want to use your energy in your body not to recover your muscles from being sore. Let it recover this damn thing, you know?
I will tell you, bro. I've been feeling good. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I'll be honest with you. As more that I do it, I feel better. The day that I don't do it, I tell you, day I feel like, oh my god, I don't want to do this no more. And I go to the train, and it's like after I finish lifting, for example, and I'm like, I feel good, and I feel the entire day good. The day that I do it, I feel like, oh my god, like, but freaking like it's crazy, bro.
So you're doing weight training now and everything.
I do it, bro, like a regular training. The only difference, let's say if before I used to push it about 80-90%. Right now I'm pushing about 60-70%. But that 60-70%, because of what I'm going through, is like 80-90.
Gotcha.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. And what about food and stuff like this? You can eat whatever, or you just
No.
You're eating super clean and your
I
diet
try
is
to eat.
completely
I mean,
changed?
don't get me wrong. I try to clean as much as I possibly can. But here and there, once in a blue moon, I eat something that I shouldn't be eating. And I tell myself, hey, dear, that's poison. That's not helping you. You want to stay 1 week like this. You want to stay like 1 month like this. You prefer to stay 1 day. And I choose to, hey, you know what? Do whatever you have to do to get over with this. Because I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It's been a year and 5 months. Yeah, a year and 5 months I've been going through this. But the one thing I could tell you, I proved them wrong. They told me that, hey, how long this is going to take you to be 100%? It could take you years. That's how they told me. Years. Because they told me stage 4, bro. Whenever you hear somebody that's going to stage 4 cancer, bro, that's literally like you are about to die. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, I didn't understand that, like, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Once they explained to me, I was like, oh, wow. Crap. Okay, cool. I ain't gonna live in this world like this. I'm gonna fucking battle this shit out. And I mean, you just continue doing the same way. And to this day, talking to you, I haven't changed my mindset at all.
Oh, bro. It's been amazing, man. Wow. My dog. My brother.
Yo.
Hey, nothing but love and power to you, my man. What about, where can the people find you if they want to help or support to the cause or anything like this?
All right, so guys, you can find me on GoFundMe. That's what I did. I created a GoFundMe. You can look at me out on Edir Terry and GoFundMe. But honestly, I tell everyone the same way. That's one way you can help me out with the GoFundMe. But honestly, if you really want to help me out, just go to my website, which is edirterry.com, edirterry.com, and that's you can look it up periods and accessory. At the same time, you're buying something from my website, and it's not only that you're helping me out economic wise, but you also repping my stuff, So at the long term, you're helping me out in 2 ways, Not only in the economy, because I ain't gonna lie to you, when it comes to treatments, these treatments are crazy pricey, like you do not understand. And most of everything that I've been working, it's just going directly to that. I just don't care about anything else at this point. All I care about is like, I want to get my health back again, get my life back to normal, and continue moving forward to other things. Like, I don't care about materials. I mean, I never care about materials in my life. But at this point, it's like it's like another level.
You gotta make money.
But you have to make money at the end of the day, because, treatments are here and they're not free,
That's the thing, man. All right, my brother. So they're going to go check out edirterry.com. Go support. Get yourself some shirts, all right? My brother, thank you so much, man. This was an inspirational story, my bro. Yeah. We can be here all day for hours, you know what I'm saying? But The editing will be take forever, so we're gonna call it there. My brother, thank you so much.
Hey,
That
thank
was
you
a
very
great
much
chat,
again
bro.
for having me again, bro.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, Honey Badger Hour. We are out.
Yo, peace.